All right. Hello, everybody. We should be live now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Two Player Podcast. Today's episode is just a quick little check in after the Xbox business update. The much anticipated Xbox business update, where apparently Xbox was going to go full third party, and well, I mean, among other things, no day one games and Game Pass. Apparently, none of that happened. None of that happened. So we're gonna really quickly, if you want to, what have you been playing before we get into this topic? This topic.
Well, most recently, I've been playing Twitter because it is really funny watching, knowing that there are people that don't want to open the app right now.
Oh yeah.
I know there are a lot of folks out there that don't want to touch this app right now because they know what's inside. But other than that, I've been playing a little bit of Power World, unhealthy amount of Helldivers 2,
Yeah.
which that game is just absolutely amazing.
Gameplay on the screen right now.
I've also been playing Starship Troopers, especially when Helldivers won't work. That's like a perfect kind of, and even when Helldivers works, it's still a good game. It's still a lot
Yes.
of whatnot. It's 16 people instead of up to 4, you know?
Yeah.
So like a lot of killing. The extraction is the best part in that game because
Mm-hmm.
it's intense. Um NBA 2K, of course. I'm kind of getting tired of saying NBA 2K. I feel like it's such a ritual. I feel like I'll be saying that every episode. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Just assume we're playing 2K unless you hear otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. That's it
uh,
though, for the most part.
yeah. I mean, for me, a lot of Helldivers too. Like I said, gameplay on the screen right now. Awesome game. You should definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. Um, and Starship Troopers. Like you said, NBA, but that's nothing new. It's Starship Troopers and Helldivers too, really, and Death Stranding. I'm getting towards the end of that, but that's what I've been playing. But with that out of the way, we can actually get into the real topic today because, I mean, we'll just start with how they started the whole exclusivity thing. So there are 4 games to be exclusive, 4 total to be exclusive. Um, we don't know the names of these games, but it's safe to assume what they are. I mean, I don't know if you would agree with me, but I mean, I'm thinking Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush, the 2 single-player games, and then I'm thinking Sea of Thieves and probably Grounded are the 2 live service games. I don't know if you're in if you agree with that or
I agree with everything, and I'm gonna throw a 2x4 at the wall and hope that it sticks. I'm not even gonna hope that it sticks because I don't really care if it does or not.
yeah.
But I'm gonna take out Grounded and replace it with Halo because I think
Okay.
something has to give. I think something has to give in the sense of pissing off some people.
Okay. So you think Halo and God, Sea of Thieves.
I'm probably wildly wrong. It probably is Grounded, but I'm
Sure.
just kind of leaning into the where's the catch? Where's the catch? I'm
Yeah.
like kind of. I'm just kind of playing a little bit of devil's advocate with that catch a little bit.
I get that. I mean, I here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Halo did, especially like live service games. Halo's a live service game right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if it came to PlayStation. It would make sense. I still think Grounded, Sea of Thieves, and for the single player stuff. I mean, they said it. Smaller single player titles. Hi Fi Rush fits that bill, and Pentiment fits that bill quite well also. So those would be, the 4 games that we can conclude are coming to PlayStation consoles and Nintendo as well. But they did specify no Starfield, no Indiana Jones.
Tragic.
It is not the full slate, contrary to popular belief leading up to this thing. It is not the full slate. Xbox is not going full third party, at least not anytime soon enough to ever be worried about it. So, I mean, all those.
Man, they already said they got the roadmap on the next console, bro.
Yeah, they got, and that's something else we're going to be talking about here. But I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, we watched it together. What are your thoughts hearing no Starfield, no Indiana Jones? You're getting 4 games. It's not the full slate. I mean, this is the exact opposite of everything we were hearing the past week and a half.
So I mainly think that people just like to over doom and gloom Xbox in general.
I agree. Vincent,
I feel like that is kind of what I learned from all of this is like Xbox came into this year after having a good last year, and somebody just had to look for something bad, make up all of this wild stuff. Tim Dog has like a breakdown and like says that everything's going third party. Kid Smooth did the same thing with me live on Weapon Will, with BG and all those guys over there, Jack Move Johnny and whatnot.
That was hard to watch.
Like everybody was like pretty much like putting up like the like Xbox, go get out of here, like get here, bear. like everybody was super mad at them and saying like, oh, we knew this would happen, they're gonna go third party, I had a feeling but I didn't know when it was gonna happen, I didn't think it was gonna happen so soon. And none of the information was confirmed. None of it. Zero confirmation for anything. The only thing that any of us could really kind of idealize, and even that hasn't even been confirmed, is that Xbox has a handheld possibly coming.
Yeah.
Right? Just because Jez got liked twice by Phil Spencer or something like that. But literally, other than that, we didn't know anything. We had people as big as Tom Warren and Wario coming out here saying Xbox is third party now.
Dude, discussing film. The Discussing Film account on Twitter was saying it. The Culture Crave account on Twitter was saying it. Like, those are huge accounts just saying stuff. Just saying things. I mean, Vincent Vega in the chat says Ham's lucky he doesn't have to get a portal, right? Shout out to Ham for not having to get a portal.
Yeah,
he won. He wins this time. My God, I mean, but yeah, like, dude, everybody.
Thanks for the reminder, man. Vega was ready to. He was sitting there with the spear. He was ready to stick it right into the belly right there and call me cooked.
Dude, that would have been tragic to get everything we heard confirmed, and then you got to get a portal on top of it. Would have been a tragic turn of events. But
oh yeah,
that is not the reality we're in right now. Obviously, I mean, but yeah, like you said, man, like accounts that are just huge, like huge accredited people. Like very trustworthy people saying these things, and it
like I said, Tom Warren, Wario, those are people I follow for truth. Yeah, and usually they nail it. So like when they came out and they were saying something, I was feeling like I got a little bit of butterflies in the stomach, right? Mm-hmm. I was just like, yo, is this is like I know it's not confirmed, and this is what Loke. Remember, Loke was asking me this question not that long ago. He was like, how much credit do you give? Do you give like insiders and stuff like that? I said I give them credit, but I don't like die on the sword for any of these fools because stuff like this can happen. This is embarrassing.
It is.
You wrote like think about it. People wrote whole ass articles.
Yep.
People stayed in front of cameras for 5 hours. People were in spaces for 7+ hours.
Like multiple different days.
multiple days
Yeah.
talking about nothing. Literally talking about nothing.
Yeah, just
That's
speculating.
that's insane.
Yeah, Vincent Vega
I
says
mean,
these people need to get on a list and ignored for grifting. Some of them do. Yeah, a lot of these people do. Continue though. Continue.
it to me that's one of those moments in the mirror
Hmm.
where you just like you know what you did was wild and you have to look at yourself and accept it.
Yeah. And dude, the way this played out, I feel like it lends credence to the idea that was floated around that somebody within Microsoft leaked this because they didn't like it and they got the fan backlash that they wanted and they had to kind of reverse course a little bit or they had to slow things down a little bit and somebody floated that I believe Colt and Mag did. I want to say some other people in the community also did who well not get into that but like some other people in the community also did and it's interesting to hear that and then see the way this played out and it makes a lot of sense to me where it's like dude because how does all that information like what was that like Saturday Sunday just some random Sunday everything gets leaked that Xbox is a third party company now and then fast forward a week and a half later here we are none of it. None of it. I mean, you get 4 games, and that's what you get. It's wild. It's a wild turn of events, and I mean, there's going to be a lot of receipts handed out to a lot of different people. The next 72, hell, the next week and a half probably. A lot of receipts
The
handed out to
rest
a
of the
lot.
year, bro. The rest of the year. They're going to be reminded of this every step of the way. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is a whole 2024 thing. And the reason why I say that is because there's going to be things that happen that are reminders
Hmm.
that you didn't get this, but you said you did. There's
Yeah.
going to be receipts that come up saying, can't wait to play Indiana Jones on PS5.
Yeah. Hellblade
And
2.
it's going to come out on Xbox, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's going to be people saying, there's going to be receipts saying, can't wait to play Starfield on PS5 when the Shattered Space DLC comes out. Same thing with Hellblade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm so it's just like it is wild.
It's gonna be nuts, and I think you're right. Every game that comes out
Avowed.
this year.
Remember that dude
Avowed.
said Avowed starting to look good now.
Yeah, I remember. I was just about to say, like, Avowed. You mentioned Hellblade. Everything that comes out this year, everything that's at the showcase this year, is going to be like, oh, dude, this showcase is going to be a PS5 showcase. There's going to be receipts for that. There's going to be receipts for that. Tom, what's up? Appreciate you for stopping by, buddy. But I mean, we talked about the exclusivity thing. 4 games, not Starfield, not Indiana Jones. Uh, I think it's safe to assume we can kind of move on from this, as for the time being, especially. I mean, but the big thing, the biggest thing that we were hearing, besides the exclusives this past week and a half, was that Game Pass would be ditching the day and date format for their first party games. Also, completely false. And that was reiterated a few times here in this Xbox business update. Game Pass day one games are not going away. I repeat, are not going away. They tripled down on that during this business update. And they also said the only console Game Pass will be on is Xbox consoles. So this whole idea of PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever you want to, Ouya, whatever the hell you want to talk about, it's on Xbox. consoles. ABK games are also going to be coming to Game Pass starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th. So a little bit over a month from now, we'll be getting Diablo 4 in Game Pass. That's going to be huge, and then
How
that's going to
about
start.
it?
That's going to start the ball rolling on all those ABK games because they got a huge ass backlog to get into Game Pass. So, I mean, I'm going to hand it off to you. What are your thoughts? Day one games aren't going away. Xbox is the only console with Game Pass, as you would expect, and ABK games starting to come to Game Pass.
Oh, and don't forget, because the rumors also said this: we still getting them Xbox games day one in Game Pass.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I would assume that also means Call of Duty because
I'm
they were saying Call of Duty can't be in Game Pass. That didn't sound like it today.
no, it didn't sound like it.
I don't know.
No, I think I do know. I think I do know, and I think I know that a lot of people just I just feel so goddamn good right now. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been saying over and over and over, I don't think it's the whole catalog. I don't think it's the whole catalog. I think they'll do a few games, but not the whole dang thing. It wouldn't make any sense. Why would they come out with another console if they're just going to put everything everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you invest money? That's like me. That's like me, like starting up a business, right? Starting up, let's say I start up a burger shop, right? And my competition is Five Guys. And I just walk over there and give them the recipe to my shit that's selling like crazy, right?
Yeah.
How would I anticipate anybody to come to my shop then?
You really couldn't. You really couldn't.
So like it's just to me it's just basics, but people were really trying to force us to believe that this is like Xbox is over. Like I swear, like it doesn't take too much of a search. You can go to YouTube right now and just type in Xbox business update
Oh yeah.
and just scroll. You'll see all these different thumbnails with tombstones on it and people like crying and Xbox fans looking sad and Phil Spencer looking like the bad guy and Sarah Bond looking wild or something like that. Mm-mm. It was all wrong. It was all wrong. And to me, it just brings me pure bliss. Like I am on cloud fucking 12.
Oh yeah. I'm right there with you. It's liberating to have a belief ever since these rumors started coming out to just feel like your belief is common sense and then see everybody freaking out. People who stuck. Here's the thing. I'm not calling out any names, but there's some names you could certainly call out. People who stuck with the brand during Xbox One. Like you were there all through Xbox One. You were ride or die all the way through Xbox One. And then some rumors come out on a random Sunday and it takes you out. Takes you out completely. You're done. And to see like, I mean, me, myself, you, Loke, most of the people in our circle approach this with some relative common sense and just be like, well, it wouldn't make sense for it to be the whole slate because then why would you continue making hardware? And if they're continuing making hardware, then we can just assume it's not the full slate. But everybody's telling us you're wrong. It's the full slate. Here we are. It's not the full slate. Game Pass games, day one, as expected, as fully expected from most people. PS5 blows in the chat. Oh my god, I love you. Thank you for stopping by. He says, I heard the games are Grounded, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and I forgot the last one. Yeah, I would agree.
Probably Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh, yeah, Hi-Fi Rush. I would agree with that list. I think it's grounded in Sea of Thieves for the live service and Pentiment and Hi-Fi Rush for the single player games. Ham put out earlier that he says maybe Halo. He could see that, and I gotta be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if Halo ended up there. At least the live service portion of the game, saying that. But yeah, I mean, so day one games aren't going away. We kind of expected this. I fully expected it. That didn't make sense because it makes Game Pass a lot less appealing.
It's literally the opposite of what Game Pass was made for.
Yeah, makes it entirely less appealing.
No, it makes it not appealing. Completely. It makes it completely not appealing.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, all right, well, you're getting it essentially turns it into PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
And we all know that PlayStation Plus, although it's good, it's just not on the same level.
Yeah. 100%.
So why would you degrade yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, none of this made any goddamn sense. I said none of it made any sense. And then they came out and said, nah, that's not what we're talking about here. Mm-hmm. We're talking about 4 games. We're talking about new hardware. We're talking about a next generation where we already got a roadmap written out.
Yep.
We're talking about big time growth.
Yes. Very big.
And we're talking about freedom of developers as well.
And speaking on the hardware, because that's the last point here. There's the 3 big points, and that was the exclusive, Game Pass, and the hardware. And they did say hardware is critical for their long-term success, as you would suspect. But they also talked about, you mentioned the next-gen roadmap. They've already got that planned out. They're doubling, tripling, whatever you want to call it. They're doubling down on hardware. And they also teased that they'll have something for us. I don't think they'll have something out, but they'll have something of an update for us this holiday on the hardware side of things, which I wanted to pass that off to you. What do you think this update is for this holiday on the hardware side?
Can you ask me that one more time? I was writing Alex. I had to send him the stream for today.
So the question is, they mentioned that they had an update for us around the holiday this year, in terms of hardware. So the question is, what do you think?
I missed that.
What do you think that update? Because they did say that. They said this holiday
handheld.
I 100% agree with you.
Handheld,
100%
easily,
agree with you.
Easily, because if there are if in my opinion, I'm just kind of putting together pieces of a puzzle that doesn't really exist. Mm-hmm. but like, if I'm trying to like just put this puzzle together, I only have like really 3 pieces, and it sounds like a miserable puzzle. But like, yeah, but the 3 pieces is, Xbox and the idea of being more mobile, right? Mm-hmm. Mixed in with the idea of having a better OS, conjoined with Phil Spencer liking those couple tweets from Jez Corden about handhelds.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, like, because I seen Tom Warren post something about, man, this right here would be amazing. And it was just the Xbox Series or Xbox One OS on his ROG Ally. And he said, this is what I want right here. And I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't want to be shuffling through files on my Steam Deck, ROG Ally, Legion Go, whatever you use.
Yeah.
GPD for the win, whatever. I want to just be like, if I have to open up Windows, I'd like it to possibly just like maybe open it up, but then automatically open up the Xbox OS, right? To where I have the option to maybe minimize the OS and continue to push it through, continue to go online or do whatever I want on Windows. But the main meat and potatoes of the OS that I'm going to be using for the most part is going to be like the Xbox Series OS, where I can navigate, find my games, do my thing, have the downloads right there, make it super duper simple, less clunky. As of right now, opening up that Xbox app on my Steam Deck, it's just clunky. It's a little hard to get around. It takes too long to get to the game that I want to. It's always updating.
Yep.
It's just like, it's just more trouble than I'd like. But at the same time, I still deal with it because it works.
Yeah.
It works. It works decent. It's not great. It's not, but to me, it's not, it's also not Ubisoft, their launcher, because I hate that launcher with a passion.
Terrible. It's horrible.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I see with this whole hardware thing towards the end of the towards the end of the year thing that you were talking about. Because I didn't even hear that part. I need to go back and watch it. I was so excited from some of the stuff that I was hearing that I knew that I was missing stuff. I knew that there was a few things. There's a few times where I cut on my mic and I was just like, eat shit. Eat shit. And I was just like, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
like I was at the Super Bowl watching my team win.
Yeah, dude. Like there's a good amount in there. Like it's a relatively short show. It's like 22 minutes, but there's a good amount in there. And yeah, they did confirm this holiday there would be some announcements for hardware, and I would 100% agree with you. I think that's the handheld. I think with Phil Spencer liking tweets about an Xbox handheld, I feel like that's the next hardware up for Xbox. I feel like that's the next thing that's up right now. Who knows when next gen is? The rumors are 2026, but I think the handheld is up first. I think that is up first for sure. And I'm really excited to hear about that because, dude, forever since we got the PSP back in the mid 2000s, I've been wanting an Xbox handheld. And if we can get it working properly, smoothly with an Xbox OS, none of that complicated like having to boot into Windows on like an ROG Ally or a Steam Deck, I would be thrilled. That's a day one buy for me, 110%. So looking forward to whatever they're about to announce.
It could also be that all digital console.
It could, but the reason I don't think, and I could be wrong, totally could be wrong. The reason I don't think it is because Phil mentioned, or I can't remember if it was Phil. I'm pretty sure it was Phil talking about when they had those leaks that a lot of the plans have changed from that. And also
That'd be good.
Yeah, like here's the thing. I don't mind an all digital console. Obviously, I've got 2 Series S's in my house. Like I don't mind it. But like if you're saying, "Hey, you want an all digital console or do you want this handheld?" It's the handheld. Each and every day. No question. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on. I mean, but man, we're at about the 30-minute mark, which is where we wanted to be for this show. We wanted to just, give our quick reactions and everything to what happened during the business update. But do you have anything to add before we get out of here?
Oh my goodness. Tom Worm just posted Xbox chief Phil Spencer doesn't rule out Starfield and Indiana Jones coming to PS5.
He said not Starfield and Indiana Jones. That's nuts. That's crazy.
You can't make this shit up.
he literally said not Starfield and Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That is wild. That's okay. Okay, so hold on. This is from Wario. Phil Spencer on if Starfield and Indiana Jones will ever come to PS5. I don't think we should, as an industry, ever rule out a game going to any other platform. We're focused on these 4 games, whichever they are, and learning from the experience. But I don't want to create a false expectation on those other platforms that this is some. Yeah, so basically what he said during the show. Like, he doesn't want these 4 games to create an expectation that, oh, you're going to give us more. So I'm not sure where we're getting this from, but I mean, in the show, he literally says no to both of those. So I don't know.
Yeah, because the woman asked specifically
Yeah,
those 2 games, and he's like, nah.
she's they couldn't have been more clear. She says, "Does that include Starfield or Indiana Jones?" And he said, "It does not include Starfield or Indiana Jones." It could not have been more clear, but I don't know. Yeah, but it's here we go. Culture Crave. Microsoft confirms they're releasing Xbox exclusive games on PS5 and Nintendo Switch. The plan is 4 games, and they are reportedly Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded, and that's from The Verge. But I mean, yeah, that's what we got today. We're just doing a little update on the business, on the whole business update for Xbox. But yeah, I don't think I have anything to add here other than it was a funny week and a half, and it's going to be a funny rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to it. You got anything to say before we get out of here? Before we get into the outros, I should say.
Console gaming is dying.
Yeah, a lot of that was a lot of the reports over the past week, but yeah.
Console gaming is dying, but Xbox will be there until it dies.
Oh, 100%. That's the way it seems. That is the way it seems. They're not going anywhere, and that's good to see. But let's get into the outros and get up out of here. Let them know where they can find you, Ham. Let them know what you're up to.
Well, you can find me here every Wednesday on K Mega's channel, as well every Friday for GRG, as well as finding me on my own channel. That's TSWS Gaming. Today I have an episode with Mr. Oh No, It's Alex. It's going to be a fun episode, especially with the news that dropped today. I almost feel like I'm pulling him away from his job because they're like the salt. It is snow and salt today, and people are gonna misconstrue this. We already see some folks out here saying, "Oh, it's confirmed that Xbox is making PlayStation games." They said 4 games, buddy. They didn't say whole slate. Y'all need to chill. But anyways, yeah, that's where y'all can find me.
Jazz did a poll. How are you feeling about the Xbox ecosystem? This was basically the exact same poll he did a few days ago. And I remember voting on that. Like, I think I was like cautiously optimistic or whatever. And like most people were pessimistic. Most people. Today, that poll, optimistic is 65%, pessimistic is 15%, and don't care is 18%. So that flipped. That completely flipped in a span of a few days. So I mean, it's definitely funny to see, and it's going to be interesting to see how a lot of people, maneuver the battlefield that is Twitter over the next few weeks, because they got a lot of contorting to do. Nikita Percy, appreciate you for stopping by. Appreciate Vincent Vega for being here. What's up?
I just got a text.
From who?
Don't believe everything that you read.
Don't believe everything you... I love that. God bless Colt. But yeah, we're gonna hop about here. As for myself, I mean, before my outro, you know where you can find me here on the channel, Mondays and Fridays for videos. This week was a little different for the Two Player Podcast. Normally it's a Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, but we decided to push it to after the business update for Xbox to give us, a full idea of what was going on, so we could talk, so we knew what we could talk about and everything. And then tomorrow I'll have a video. In fact, after I'm done with this, I'm gonna start working on that video to have out tomorrow, talking about the business update in a relatively smaller format than this podcast. But that's where you can find me. Also, Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern for the L3R3 podcast. And then over on Ham's channel on Fridays at 4 p.m. for Bull Sitting with Ham, Low, Cozy, and myself. And that is where you can find me. Also on Twitter at Matt Likes Games. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. We will see you next week at our normal time. Next week, though, before we get out of here, is going to be myself and Hard Days Mike. So look forward to that. And we will see you then. Peace.